You are now listening to the Beardy Bros podcast.
Yeah, but still, like, that's how big it is.
Mm.
I got a big ass drink bottle now.
Oh, bro,
got,
you're
like,
just trying
finger-
to do me up every time. I got my
Why?
thing, and then you had a decent bottle, and then mug, and then I had a mug, and then you've gone even bigger again.
This is bigger than fucking.
Exactly. Look at that shit. And there's my coffee mug, my tea mug.
It's only a liter,
Mm.
but it's not gonna leak like my other one did.
Mm. Dude, that lid falls off. That would have been funny. You're like, it's not gonna leak like my life. It just glogs out.
That's the perfect like thing to put in there, isn't it? Like, it's not gonna leak.
Oh god.
Hey.
Spit take.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
Yeah, because it's cool because it's leak proof because it's got a suction thing there.
Oh yep. So it's
It
keeps
goes
it in
over
the
it.
lid. Yep.
Yeah, it's a little thingamajig. $21 for a drink bottle.
Yeah, you better hope it was decent for that price.
Oh, it is.
So
You
that's
just can't put it in
yeah.
the dishwasher.
But not ruins the
Yeah,
seal. I think, won't it?
I think it will shrink the bottle.
It gets skinnier. Sucks it in.
I've done that in Melbourne.
Sure.
I got a drink bottle from 7-Eleven. You know, like when they had the slushy stuff.
Yeah.
You put in my dad put it in the dishwasher. It was this big and turned out to be. I was like, a drink bottle.
They have this tiny ass bottle and the lid's still the same size and it just doesn't fit no
Yeah.
more. Oh, that's
No,
hilarious.
I think the lid shrunk as well.
That'd be. Oh, I
It
wouldn't
was
much.
it was a package deal. Both were in the fucking.
Oh, that's funny.
Also, it's got a lock, so you can't open it.
So you don't make it. Yep. So it doesn't helps keep it tight. So it doesn't
Yeah.
drip out anywhere. You're like again. You're gonna do it one day. You're gonna be like, look, it's so. You're gonna be like being all smug about it. You're gonna be like, look, it doesn't tip out water. You're gonna, ha ha.
Yeah, maybe. My camera's not bright enough.
Oh god. Alright, we'll get into it. Oh, what's up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the motherfucking Beardy Bros podcast. Oh, back for another week. Can't believe it. We had a fun week last week. It was interesting, and now we're back for another week.
We did. Well, I had fun.
Oh, it was good. It was. I mean, we have, like as always, we have our guests every now and then, mix it up a little bit here and there. But I mean, we gotta find those that work, and some people work, some people may not. I mean, no offense, but it's what works with the media that we're trying to, I guess, what balances with what kind of we have, kind of thing. I feel like it needs to. I mean, it got a fair bit of views, but I think because I posted and everyone started sharing it and stuff, and it always seems to happen every time we have that someone come in the first time for an episode with us. It seems to like boost up, and then we have them back a second time or a third time, and it never seems to hit the same mark. It just seems to be because it's fresh. That's first time around, it's just like, ooh,
really.
it's actually different, but it's it's we got to find the right balance. We got to find those that
it's not
work.
ever different though, because we're still mainly.
We're still doing our thing.
Here.
It's just having a third wheel or a fourth wheel in the wagon.
Third opinion, fourth opinion.
It is always
we had
different.
5 once, didn't we?
Yeah, there we did have that 5, and we found that did not work at all.
I mean,
it's pushing the line.
4 does.
It's pushing the line. Four's the magic number. But at times it's definitely trying to find the right balance of like who we have and what we're going to talk about, so we're not talking about the same things or getting stuck, with the conversation we're trying to have or the news we're trying to talk about or whatever we're trying to cover for this week or who knows, whatever topics we have, it's one of those things. So it is what it is, but
the topics here can go anywhere though, to be fair.
That's exactly it. So for this week, I mean, I've got a bit basically half and half of like game and movies. It was more movies this week, like more movie announcements and stuff. So
yeah, that's the weird part. Like,
yeah, there's a lot
I mean,
of
there
movies.
is packs at the moment, and there's nothing so far.
Mm.
Actually, you showed me something which I'm I haven't seen it, but Gearbox did a presentation apparently.
Yes, there's a bunch of things, so we'll get into that shortly.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, so definitely a lot of movie stuff this week, which is weird, which is like a lot of movie announcements and teasers being dropped and things that are coming out,
Well,
and
the pandemic's like back to normal now. Like it's come back to
everything's going
normal,
back
so
to normal.
things are
Yeah,
coming out.
everything's dropping, everything's laxing, people are going back to do things, studios are getting back into it, development's getting back into things, people are going back to
Well, I think
events.
Australia is still gonna be like the #1 movie making place.
Yeah, well, it's cheap and we've got
That's
nice scenery
crazy.
and it's beautiful over here and everyone's coming here to film
Like it
stuff.
always was good here. Like we
I
have some of
mean,
the best studios.
even during the pandemic, like if you think about technically still being during the pandemic, like last year and the start of this year, we've had films being made here in Australia, like technically during the pandemic. We've had celebrities fly over here somehow
Oh,
getting
Thor,
through,
Love and Thunder was
you
done in
know.
Queensland
There was
through the
Thor, there
pandemic.
was the Elvis biopic film,
Mm.
there was that George Clooney and Julia Roberts film. There was like romance
Wasn't
comedy.
what's
There
that
was
movie? Wasn't The Matrix done here as well? Some of it as the same as before.
I can't remember, but that was a little bit early on. That was like
They
early.
had the same helicopter scene in Thor, and that wasn't it? That you said.
No, that was Venom and
Oh, Venom.
so that
Well,
was
then
in
it probably
America.
wasn't here then.
No, that was all filmed in the
What
same
was I
sets.
thinking of then?
There was another. There might have been something else though that was filmed. They've done like
I can't
I don't
remember.
know, like The Rock did his TV show stuff before early like 2020, and like before that he was doing stuff here, and then still stuff more for the other seasons and stuff were being filmed here. There's so much being filmed here in Australia, it's crazy. So
It's because they want to do it here, and we've got the best, like not the best, but we've got some good freaking studios
we've got
in
studios,
Queensland, New
we've
South
got
Wales.
the variety of like scenery as well. Like we've got different landscapes, so you can actually get different feels for things here in Australia.
Well,
So
we've got all in, not like the US where it's across country, like
yeah,
for many hours or
everything's
something
very close
days.
together, and like so they got Warner Brothers Movie World, which you can go to the studios there, which they have been using, and the little islands, and then go down to Sydney to the beaches and stuff. Like you've got all different
And they got the
locations, and
harbours and everything.
so there's all kinds of stuff they've been doing. Um, but
It's
yeah, so it's,
crazy.
it's interesting. So it's very interesting to see a bit, very kind of balance of like news this week in the sense of it being games and movies, but a fair bit of movies. And I did put a few articles up on the website as well. So I got onto those as well, and it's been fun just going boom, getting into it, write some
Right?
stuff up quickly and putting them up on the website. So a lot of these, this is what's come from, is because that's been relevant to the week. So a lot of them have been posted up on there as well. So if you want to see a little bit of articles, we'll talk about them here anyway. But if you want to, maybe have a look at the articles, go to the, you can find them. I think I'm trying to put links through the Instagram, and I have to give you the link again for the Twitter. I think so you can post it on Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I need to get the proper domain registered. I'm waiting for money to come in, and once that comes in, I'm thinking of trying to register the domain, which would be about 30,
Oh
mostly
yeah.
$30 for the year or something like that. $40 for the year, so I want to get that done.
Yeah, that's cheap.
It's pretty cheap. You get
Really,
like
when you
a
think about
year
it.
out of it or something like that. At least if I can get the domain done, then I can
Can
at
you
least plug it
can you
properly.
go longer than that?
Possibly. I'm not too sure, but I think they're done by year. Base minimum, I think it's by year. So I got to look into that and look at registering a domain. So I'll hopefully do that, which would be pretty nice for us if we can get that domain sorted. So we're not just using that Wix Beardy 6 whatever nonsense it is. It's really
I
weird.
mean, that
Freaking
does work to a sense.
yeah. It's one of those
I
things.
mean, you don't want that full time though. Like,
No, it
I
doesn't look as neat and tidy and formal. It looks a bit okay, you know. But it is what it
mean, it
is.
does, but it doesn't. Like,
It works.
we're only freaking starting off, man.
It works. It works. But yeah, so coming back to that gearbox thing, there's been a few gearbox announcements or show-offs at PAX. But I guess, was it the start of PAX, before PAX started, that they had announced? I think it was just before, like, because it was yesterday, a couple of days
Maybe.
ago. So
No,
PAX only just started like the week for the weekend or whatever it is, or the week. And I think it happened
yeah,
just as PAX was starting. They had announced that they're
it was
doing
Thursday, Friday, I think.
yeah, which is just before it started. So they announced straight off the gate that they're doing their own, like Gearbox themselves is taking on, because I guess they own it now because they bought all the stuff from Telltales. They're doing the or certain licensing anyway, but they're doing the new Tales from the Borderlands sequel.
That's actual Gearbox.
Yeah. So it's Gearbox 2K. They're proper Borderlands
Damn.
devs, not like before where it
Yeah,
was
well,
like
Telltale is
Telltales.
back. Like,
Well, it's in a weird area. Telltales is kind of back, but each game has been bought up by different developers, so they
you know,
own.
because
different titles.
Telltale's doing The Wolf Among Us 2 right now.
Yes.
Like, they're doing
So
that.
they're not exactly like big as where they were. They kind of flumped, and they're in like a sloop, and I guess they're
There's
trying to
whole new
come back.
management in that, isn't it? They like, then they
Some
get bought up, and now they're
something like that, and so
coming
like so
back.
some of the
Like,
IPs got bought out. So like the Tales from the Borderlands for one of them was bought out by Borderlands, like like it was subsidiary of them anyway. Like they partnered with them to release Tales from the Borderlands, but now they are like, well, to save it, they're going, we're going to buy that IP so no one else tries to buy it, even though like it's under us, we don't technically own it, but we're going to buy that so we own it, and then we can keep that reserved so no one else tries to.
but do Telltale still own the Walking Dead one? Like, who owns? That would have
Uh,
to be That would
well,
have
I
to
think
be
it's Warner Brothers.
Telltale.
I think it's
Oh,
because they own the rights to Walking Dead. So I think it's
Warner
Warner Brothers
Brothers.
through AMC, something like that. There was someone I can't remember because they released the other games. I think they're labeled with Warner Brothers or something. Because AMC only does TV, but they're partnered with like studios, and they bought for like the Batman
I
and stuff
think
like
Warner
that.
Brothers won't do gaming anymore. Because aren't they getting rid of Warner Brothers games?
I don't know. They buy things just for licensing because they already own licenses. It's best to to make sure you own the game
Yeah,
partners
but
as well, so
they're not
they're
making
bundled.
things in house
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anymore though.
They have other companies like
I was
subsidiary.
like, would
They're
Telltale
producers.
still be doing it? That's the question.
Mm. Who
I
knows?
reckon they
I
would
feel
because
like
they
they're
made
kind of.
them some of the best things.
Oh yeah, there's so many games. So many people were like bagging them out too. So it was like they're great. Telltale have brought out some amazing things. It's just
I
hard being
mean,
where they were.
that Tales from the Borderlands probably the best Borderlands game, like
Mm,
freaking story wise. Like,
yeah. So that's one of the things too. So it's going to be interesting to see where this is set as well, because a whole new characters, new setup and everything. So it'll be interesting where it's set. If is it is it taking place after the
so it's
first
not
game?
following on from Tales.
Well,
It's just
that's
gonna
what
be
no. Well, we don't know exactly. So is it like because
but that was Handsome Jack and all that, like, and
mm,
some Riley guy, I think, wasn't it?
it was
Was it
Reese.
Riley?
Reese was the main
Oh,
character,
Reese.
and then
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was Fiona, I think it was.
That Riley.
Um,
I know Claptrap was there. I think.
but yeah, it took the first Tales
I
from the
think.
Borderlands took place after Borderlands 2. It was like straight after
Hmm.
Borderlands 2. It took place, and then they had the events for it, and
Because
then
Handsome Jack was being a prick on there as well.
so I mean it could fit
I think you
anywhere.
had to
Whether
fight him
it's
on there.
yeah, you did. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened in that game.
Mm.
So it could take place. We don't know. It could take place directly after the events of the first game. It could be taking place during Borderlands
After third.
3. It could be after 3. It could be just before 3, because we still have a bit of a gap between 2 and 3. So like, could it be just before 3 to give like some insight of what happened before it? Is it maybe kind of paralleled to Tiny Tina's Wonderland?
If they
We don't know. Like
if
we
they
don't know.
do just before 3, it would have to include some of the main in 3 because it
Hmm.
might give some backstory to them as well.
Usually it does. Usually they have some insight to characters. Usually anyway, like it
Mm.
actually fills in the backstory, which explained more of Handsome Jack and stuff, and it had everything going on there, and explained a lot of the story to backline
And
it.
speaking about Borderlands, today I found out that Borderlands 3 is getting crossplay with PlayStation very soon.
Because it only had basic
They finally
crossplay.
agreed on it.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
going definitely for the success of how Tiny Tina's Wonderland has been doing, because that's basically their first game I think they've made now that's proper crossplay,
Mm.
and it's doing so well. Like everyone's loving it. They're
Because
going, okay,
people
we can
because
do that.
people want it. Sony
Hmm.
didn't.
It
Like, I
gets
don't,
weird. Well, I think when did
just
they do
because they
that?
want to have players on their own console, like to play with your friends, you have to own a PlayStation.
Yeah.
But people don't want to own one just to play with their friends. They want to, but now they can do it over PC,
Well,
Switch.
that's like
I
us.
think Switch,
Yeah, no, not Switch. PC, Xbox, PlayStation.
and wasn't that Luna on there as well or
I think it
something?
might have been. But that's like us. Like we end up rebuying it for PC anyway, and we can play together because you had it on PlayStation, didn't you? And I owned it on Xbox.
Yeah, but now it's like
and it's like,
I
oh, you
just
can
got it
crossplay.
twice for no fucking reason.
It's like. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was cheap. We bought it cheap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And
$20, I think.
not even that.
Probably damn.
It was really
Down from
cheap.
90.
It was like, yeah, it was
17
amazing. That's
ish.
like, I own them all, like, except for the first game. I kind of just want to buy the first Borderlands on PC now, just to have them all on PC, just so I have them in my Steam library
Right.
all the games, because I own the pre-sequel, I own 2, and I own 3. The only other one I'll need to get is like maybe
You,
Tiny Tina's
you don't own
Wonderland.
Tails.
So, oh no, I have Tales on PC.
Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah.
You should have bought it on PC, bro. As well.
So it's just one of
What?
the things.
No, that's not. It's like $69, I
But
think.
I got Wonderlands on Xbox, so that's alright.
Did you fix it? Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, got the Chaotic Edition. Kind of sucks that it's not a steelbook. Should have been a steelbook.
Was it meant to be?
No, it wasn't. But I feel like I feel like they should have though. They should have gone a little bit extra and just had a steelbook
Instead of just a cardboard.
Because like it just seems very average.
It's set up like one. Like you put cardboard over like steelbooks.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just very basic compared to like the next level edition, where it was nice and gold and shiny, and then it's like, oh, his sleeve caver. Like what? Okay, like I get sleeve caver.
Sleeve caver.
Sleeve caver, just for you. You have sleeve caver. I'm just going with it.
Sleeve caver. I mean, I get why they put a slip cover, but like,
I don't know.
I mean, the steelbooks were just for the $140 one, I think, whatever that is.
What for this?
Because mine came with. Wait, what is mine? Mine's yours.
Yeah, because I paid.
Whatever the next level.
No, I got the chaotic edition.
That's one up from this, isn't it?
Yeah. This was $140. I paid.
Did you get your code this time?
Yeah. I got everything in there. I paid $140 for this.
That's what I don't get. Like, this is like the shiny one. Like, look at that. Whoa!
Yeah, and then this is like that's what I mean. This is basic. There's no shine to it. It's just slip cover. Like,
that's weird, man.
Yeah, basically.
You paid more for that than what I did.
Yeah, and you know why? With the extra, it's because I literally paid for the season pass off the go. That's the only thing different between that and that is I get the season pass.
I think I've got. No, I don't. No, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
So yeah, mine comes with the Chaotic Edition. Chaotic Great Edition includes game, Dragon Lord pack, bonus content, and season pass. You're literally paying for the season pass. They could have thrown a steelbook in with this. Like, come on.
Up on my steelbook, but I don't get how you don't get one for that.
And it was a
cancelled
pre-order. I think JB might have only got the steelbooks. I don't think EB got steelbooks because I couldn't find it on their website. And it was amazing though because I went in and I just asked them going, hey, you wouldn't have this, would you by any chance? And they're like, oh, we do, but we've got to check to see if it's been cancelled because it's got to be within the 14 days. And it had been...
It's been out longer than that.
And it had been from a pre-order that had been cancelled and had been just over 14 days. And I'm like, that's it's a sign. It's for me. I will take it. Slapped birthday money down for it.
Right?
I was like, yep, buying it. So I took it back, got my money back, and then had extra money and I bought it.
Done, son.
So yeah, so kind of cool.
That's fucking amazing.
So we'll look at playing that later at some point.
Wait, was that EB?
Yeah, EB Games.
Dang bastards.
Yeah. So, well, actually, the funny thing was too when I looked at the person's pre-order, they had on their thing, they had this.
You can see the person's pre-order.
Yeah. The person showed me their pre-order because they cancelled their pre-order. They had pre-ordered this version, and they pre-ordered the next level version. And they cancelled the order.
Oh, because we're a steelbook and that.
I don't know.
Oh, no, not from EB.
So I don't know. It's weird that
Why they get two on the same console? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Very weird. Very
weird. I
weird.
guess that's why they cancelled. I think someone fucked up.
Who knows? So, but I'm like, sweet, fine by me.
I wish I could know how to cancel because you have to ring up to cancel. You can't do it online.
Yeah, so.
Where you going?
Win for me. I was like, sweet, because I went everywhere else and no one else. Everyone had the standard version, and I'm like, oh, I don't want the standard version because the price of what everyone else was selling it for was not much difference, and it was just confusing. And I was like, well, you know, for the value for money, I'll rather get that. I'd be done with it. Have the season pass, and then I'm protected for what comes out because I think there's the new DLC. Part 1 of the season pass is dropping already anyway, so it's
coming out soon. I think.
Like this week or no, next week coming? This week coming? Next week? It's really soon.
I think they're pumping out DLC for I think 3 still getting DLC.
Yeah, possibly.
No, I think 3's over.
It's done. No, I think it's done.
They're doing tiny. This is getting DLC on a DLC technically.
Basically, but anyway, that's a little Borderlands. But yeah, no.
But they're going to DLC because people are pissed about DLC talk.
Gearbox.
About God of War.
Oh, we'll get into that. Gearbox was also showed off a few snaps. I looked on their Instagram and Twitter and stuff they've been posting because of PAX as well. I mean, there was one post, I think it was on the Facebook, they showed a photo. I guess it was trying to promote a game being played at PAX, but it's just an obscure photo of a bunch of table, like people at the tables with computer screens, and it's just a person standing there, and it's just like just a random photo like they've taken of people standing, and it's like showing off packs, and I'm just like, look, I kind of think going, what are we supposed to be looking at here? Because you can barely see the screen. You've got to like really like get the look at the screen like really close to see the photo.
The atmosphere.
It's a girl like basically playing on the keyboard. She's got the headset on. She's got a fucking airbender like upper backpack on, and I'm like, what are we, like the focal point when you look at the photo? You look at the backpack, and I'm like, what am I supposed to be looking at here? Because I'm just seeing a backpack for Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a fucking sweet ass backpack because it's basically the lower front half of the backpack for the front zip is Upper's head, and then the main part of the backpack is Aang sitting on top of it, so it looks like he's riding it. It's really cool. But I'm like, Gearbox, what am I supposed to be looking at here? Are you advertising that you guys are at PAX? Because I clearly just see this backpack and I'm like, that's a really cool backpack, I want one. Like, it's so obscure and it's so out of place. I'm like, you guys need to add
guessing
context.
It's just a pack shot. Like,
yeah,
here we are, like,
that's
bam.
yeah, I think that's what they were going
but they
for.
could have organised that a bit better.
There was no comment, there was no caption to the photo, it was just a photo and posted. There was nothing, no caption, no comment,
maybe an
no nothing.
accidental post?
I don't know, and it was just very awkward. I was just like, okay, it's just like they're creepy taking photos of people just like snap, upload. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's just like someone
could be worse.
going,
the TikTokers just abusing people in public.
Right?
I don't get that.
These trends,
like
TikTok
chucking
trends.
shit at people, unless they're all friends. But then like it's pointless.
But I did send you that.
It could just be a pack shot. Like
I was gonna say, speaking of God of War though, I did send that to you earlier. Did you read it when I sent you that on Messenger? It was a Twitter screenshot. It was about GeForce Now.
Oh, I've seen that.
You saw that? Yeah. So it's kind of funny. Apparently, people are getting
God of War's on there.
So yeah, God of War and all that, like PlayStation games have been added to GeForce Now, but you can't play them on your Xbox. It takes them down off GeForce Now if you're playing through your Xbox, and people are apparently getting upset about it. And it's like, you're technically not even playing. Like,
just buy a PlayStation.
Like, it's weird because you're not technically playing a PlayStation game on your Xbox realistically because you're streaming it through a browser service. It's not technically on it. It's like watching Halo like on YouTube on your PlayStation. It's the same equivalent. Like, it's not being, it's compared to a time where, I've mentioned before, like on the past in the episode.
Yeah, but if you're playing it though, you're technically playing it on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, I know, but like I said, it's not like the time, like I said, which is still makes me laugh. I've mentioned it before.
Have you seen the guy? I got an Xbox control here. He was like this. He like it was on Twitter. He had his control like this, going. They're not playing God of War, but the camera's going around like this, but his hair's just going.
They wasn't actually playing it.
He's like. And like he's fighting with one hand, dodging attacks, going around them.
No, it's actually a video. He's playing a video.
He is. He's like, I'm playing God of War on Xbox. Haha, ponies. I'm like,
and that's what I was gonna get at. Like, I was like, it reminds me of the time back in the day when I went to like a Mr. Toys, and they used to have consoles. Do you ever remember like I've mentioned it briefly before on the podcast before, but it was basically again a refresher. Consoles used to be demoed at like toy stores and stuff, like even at EB Games. Like they used to have the consoles there and you could play them. It was cool because you'd be like,
even
oh, sweet.
Even at Kmart there was consoles at one
used
point.
To be able to play them. So I still remember it to this day. It cracks me up every time going to that Mr. Toys and there was a PlayStation set up, demoed, and they had the trailer for Halo playing on the PlayStation. Cracks me up every time that they had demo videos playing. And there was an Xbox demo reel chucked into a PS3. Like
technically Halo was on PlayStation now.
Yeah, and they're advertising it. And it's like, do you just know that, okay, I can understand you're trying to put an advertisement like up for advertising stuff, but like, you've got it in a PlayStation 3 and you're advertising Xbox games. Like, it was hilarious. It cracked me up.
And because they don't know what they're doing half the time.
They just go, here, you got to promote this, advertise it, and just do it. Yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of
because they work around them, doesn't know anything about it.
So it kind of cracked me up, this whole GeForce Now thing. People were getting salty. It's like, oh, because it's not allowing them to play it on their Xbox, but they can play other games. It just removes it from the library. But reading into it too, I forgot how shitty the service is for GeForce Now.
There are like 3 or 4 PlayStation games on there. They're not missing much. Like,
no.
if they just want to play them.
Like,
that's what is it? Final Fantasy. God of War, Horizon, and Days Gone.
Yeah. So you're
Oh,
not
actually,
missing
they're
out.
all pretty awesome games, but sucked in.
It was just funny, so I don't know, it cracked me
I
up.
don't know. I mean, gotta at least try, right?
Yeah. But it's just
But then
funny.
again, they can play PS1 games on their
It's
Xbox.
just funny when Xbox get a bit funny and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna try and do this. I'm gonna be smug and I'm gonna sign up to this and get this and play God of War on my Xbox." So I can be like, "Ha, I'm playing God of War on my like." Why? Why? What do
The
you
dude is
achieve
fucking
out of
control.
that? What does anyone achieve? Like when people try to be smug and play like Xbox games on the play, same thing. When people try to play Xbox games on the PlayStation, like why? Like why when people act like that? Like what are you trying to achieve out of it? Like no, it's just petty nonsense. Like it's I don't get it. It's just people act weird. They just want to be like, "Oh, did this?" I mean, it's funny when a mistake happens. Like I said, when a mistake happened when they're playing a demo on the wrong console, like that's kind of funny.
That's
That just
hilarious. So,
that cracks me up. But I don't
could
know.
you
People,
imagine being a kid there watching? I was like, oh, Halo on PS3. They go looking for it. Halo on Xbox, not on PS3.
where's the PSO copy?
I think I've seen that happen in real life. Someone asks
I
for a
just laugh
PlayStation
every
game on
time.
Xbox, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Well, that's what I was
I was in
like.
EB and I heard it. I'm just like, I'm just gonna walk this way.
Well, so I say like when people ask for Forza for that's which is an Xbox exclusive, but when they ask for Forza for PlayStation, it's like, do you have Forza on PlayStation? It's like, no, like that's a
I'm guessing
Xbox
you
game.
had that.
So many times I've had people ask for Forza on PlayStation. It's like, no, that's an
I mean,
Xbox
we got
exclusive
better.
game.
I got Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
I
funny. It
got
makes me laugh.
GT, not Forza.
Do you have Gran Turismo on
I don't
Xbox?
get it. Like, do your research.
Yeah,
That's what I do. If I don't know what it is, I actually Google it, then go, oh yeah, it's for that, this, that, this.
just to make sure what you
That's
want.
not hard.
Exactly.
That's not hard. It takes
Um,
like 5 seconds.
exactly, and that's what I mean. That's what I always laughed to when I was at work when people would ring up things and ask me questions like, "How would you find this number? You would have to have Googled to find this number. If you can Google to find this number to call me, you can Google your question into Google." And he'll give you the answer, not ringing me up and asking me the question that I'll go, okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go, don't tell him. I'll go over the computer, go to Google, type in their question, and he'll give me the answer, and I'll go back. Oh, this is this. Okay, sweet. Like, why?
That's what I say. Google says. Although neither trick does. If someone calls you, just use the voice thing I showed you, and just
Ha ha ha. This is
it's got a long way to go. But I just don't get it. Play what you want to play. Just do your research.
But yeah, exactly. But no, I'm the next thing I'll say I'm keen for that you told me about this. No, I went looking for it. Was the leaked classifications.
Oh,
It happened. I can't remember where it was now. I
I'm
just read it just
keen.
before, but yeah. So 4 of the Siphon Filter games leaked a new classification ratings. So I mean, we've got just around the corner PlayStation Plus Premium, and a lot of the old backpack games are coming through. So that was always talks we've talked about plenty
Over a
of
month.
times that yes, over a month for it. So June, that we were expecting to see some Siphon Filter games pop back up, but
It's Japan. They get it in May.
well, there you
End
go.
of May, 23rd, 27th, something like that.
Get it early.
The US gets it early June. We
I
get
guess
it
they
sometime.
test
They
the
didn't say
servers.
us.
I guess most probably test the servers.
Europe get it early June. Yeah,
phase it out through the servers.
I guess, but like it's just like PS Plus. It should be already have.
But I guess if
I don't know.
you got still think you got servers where these games are stored on, and if people are going to go, I want to download
Yeah.
that, and people go, oh, everything at once, and then the servers go, oh shit,
I am not streaming a game. Fuck that. I'm
No.
going to download all of them. Like I'm not streaming them
download what you want to play exactly. So
because there will be lag if you do that.
definitely in Australia.
But if you can stream them, should use discs.
But the
I
other
think the
thing is
PS3 disc. That makes most sense. But it's a Blu-ray disc. Like
But I mean, the fact that we're getting reclassifications at the same time too would be cool if they did release a disc edition, like a collection on disc. Would be cool. Like I would
there's
go
also
out
a
and buy
thing that you can probably buy them on the store. So if you don't have the expensive Plus, you can buy the PS1, 2, 3 games on the store.
which is a
and
good
just
option
have
as
them in your
well. So
library.
you're not just you can actually purchase games that you want.
That's
to
why they're
play.
getting a rating, because why they need a rating when they're on a service? Like
some things. So well, sometimes things lapse after too long and they need to be re-rated
Yeah, but also,
within a
what
void.
would it be? But like, I feel reckon it's going to be for sale as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially if it's in a collection, if it's to be bundled together. So if you've got a game that's rated, say, or it's like with movies, you've got one that's rated PG, one that's rated M, one that's rated P, and one's, you got to
Yep.
get them together.
It'll
And
be
go,
the
okay, this
overall
is the
consensus
overall.
of the thing,
Exactly. Go overall grading. This is what it's
which will most likely be
rated at.
M because that's mostly what.
And the fact is, being that they're
But
old
because
games, being new now, they would have
they're
to
all
be
done
rated
at
as well.
once, and they're the only ones leaked, which means they're the only ones who got done at that time.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing there's going to be a pack of them 4 games, a
And that's
bundle for
exactly it.
like, say, $30 or something.
Most probably, it'll be one of those things. So we just gotta wait and see when that drops. Whether it'll be
20 or
around
30.
that
It wouldn't be
time
much
or
more,
just before it.
surely.
Could be
Because two are
depends on what they are.
PS1,
If they're the
one is
original,
PSP, and PS3. Or
yeah,
both PSP. I don't know.
one's PSP, and then it's PS1, PS2. So
No, because Mirror's Edge. Siphon Filter 2 isn't on there.
no,
No, 3. 3's not on
one
there
of the
because
ones.
3 was PS2 and it was apparently bad.
Yeah, that's the one that I missed out, so they didn't put it in there. It doesn't really.
Unless
need
it
the
is
story.
there, but they just haven't put it on the classification thing. I don't know.
But yeah, no, it does come down to it too as well. If it's just basic re-release, so that like nothing's been really enhanced, then they'll keep.
I reckon it'll be
keep
enhanced
low.
to a point because they're getting all developers involved. That's why the games are coming on the service.
That's the thing. So if any work does start getting done onto it, that adds the price up, so the price goes up. So that's the thing
Because
as well.
the studio is still at Sony. Bend, who done Days Gone. They could be doing touch-ups, maybe like a remastered thing going on.
So I mean, if they
Better,
do that,
better make it 1080p or 4K or something.
so if they do stuff like that, that will add a price tag to it because they are doing
that's not,
work.
that's not a bad thing though.
No,
Really.
that's exactly it. So that's what I mean. So if they do that, then that will add a price tag to it, which then adds the price to go up because they're doing work, they're doing labor that needs to be paid for. So, I mean, it'll be kind of funny because we'll see all these games which is kind of funny to think about. All these games are on PlayStation; they're getting re-released digitally. Even like some may come physical, even it may not
Jack
be
and Dax is
physical.
coming.
Even just being digital.
Already bought that though.
Imagine the prices of some of these games that are already now in the digital, like physical world that people could have. Like the prices would shift because they're the physical version, but now everyone can access all
Maybe
these
better
games
versions.
digitally, and better or not, either way, like it's still the same source file if you think about it. Like the value is going to shift for people that have these old games in their collections or trying to like. They're gonna, it's like, oh, I've still got a physical copy. There's still value there. But the fact is now people are going away from physical. People are going more towards digital.
I wonder if you can put a PS1 disc of that game in though. Maybe.
If when you're updating it, if it puts an emulator in and it put a ROM emulator in for the system, because that's all it basically does.
Because I don't get why that didn't launch with the console. Because they would have had that going since it was in development.
Depends on how it works, how it reads things. Because it would have to. I feel like I still
It's
imagine.
it's all emulated. Like that's already in the system.
I still imagine when you launch those games, you're going to have the original boot up of the PlayStation. It's going to flick over. It would have to flick over and be like the original boot up, and load like the original intros to the games.
I don't reckon they'd have the original boot up. It might just load just like that.
Well, that's how the games were. That means if you'd be taking that out of the game, you know what I mean? Because
No,
the
but
games had that original.
they're modifying the games. I think.
So if they're modifying the game, that's work's being done to them. So therefore, that's gonna add value to them. So and we won't know until it's here. So we've still got a couple of months, a month or so till we see it. So we won't know anything
Well,
now.
for us, could be any fucking time after that.
It's all guesses for us now until we actually see it to know actually what they've done. If they're gonna.
Are we part of Europe technically?
Kind of.
Because they bundled the West, Europe, and the Asian market, but not us. Like, are we part of the Asian part?
We always, I don't know. It gets weird for us, so it's one of our things. We always kind of get left out.
We're in the OC, same as Asia.
It's weird. So yeah, so that's the first of it. So it'd be good to see what else comes.
We get it in May. Who knows?
Leaked, what's rated, whatever.
I mean, but it's cool how they kept the yearly subscription though. Oh, it's still cheaper to go yearly.
Definitely,
$150, I think it was a year.
For the premium.
They just doubled the price, which
140. For what you're getting, it's
700 games in the fucking. That's way more than what fucking Microsoft did.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think too. Like, PlayStation has a larger catalog, and they've been around a lot longer.
Better catalog, think Siphon Filter already got Medieval remake. So
yeah, but you got to think you got to think.
I won't
PlayStation
put that
1,
on there, I don't think.
there's a lot of games on PlayStation 1 that lingered way before Xbox came along. PS2 came out before the Xbox. You know, there's a lot of games. And like I said, it
I
gives
want that Jet Li game, that Rise to Honor.
Oh.
I hope if they're on there, I'm gonna rage.
But at least it gives incentive what people want. So if games come out and there's games missing and people
They'll
go
have percentages
demand,
of what played this.
But that's what I mean. So if they release games, so for example, Jet Li doesn't get added into the thing,
God of War Original 2.
that'll happen. They'll be in it for sure. But the biggest thing is if they release all these games, people see what there is, and people see what's missing, and they go, "Oh, why don't you add this? We want this." And they see enough demand from it. They go, "Oh, okay, people want this. We'll put that on there. Maybe we'll look at making a sequel to that because people want that. We'll make something to that," and it gives people a consensus.
That's what I mean. Like,
on what people want.
It's going to be a good market for Sony because
it gives demand. It sees what people are playing.
All the SOCOM are going on there. God of War, Twisted Metal. You've got Cool Borders, maybe that might be on there. All the Gran Turismo games, most likely, from 1 to now. Well, not 7. I don't think that would be on there. I don't know. They got many franchises that
and that's exactly it.
they've abandoned since PS1, PS2. Like,
and it gives incentive. And that's so they can see from it. They can adapt, improve, and go, "Oh, this is what people are liking."
also, if the developers want to do it again,
and that's exactly it. It gives the developers go. Well, the developers go if there's incentive. If people are playing it and there's a demand for it, they go, "Oh, this is a cash grab. We'll get our team to work on this, so we can get people to play the next one."
Sony won't let that happen, I don't think.
Well, it's not necessarily a cash grab, but it's if you can see the demand is there, then their money will make from that. Then you go, okay, we'll put the investment into that because we're going to make money.
Halo Infinite, that's a fucking cash grab.
That's exactly it. There's a difference between cash grab, but then seeing what's there. Like Halo, they didn't go, oh, this is what people are after. They've gone, we're making this, we're going to put that and then we've gone, we want this, we're doing this, here's battle passes, this, that, and this. You know, they're doing, that's cash grab.
But a royale mode now, right?
But, you know, if, you know, like they go, oh, we've released a range of like, oh, here's our old range of beige mugs. People are liking beige mugs. Okay, we'll release a new range of beige mugs because that's what people want. That's what the demand is. You know, it's what the demand wants.
But there's a fuck ton of games. Like, no one's going to be playing. They'd have to get a feel for it after 6 to 12 months. Easy.
Oh, but then it gives incentive too of like what kind of games are playing, and they go, okay, this is the genre that people are doing at the moment. People are getting back into racing games. People are getting back into the espionage shooters. Okay, we'll make more espionage shooters, or we'll do
Metal
more
Gear
racing
could
games.
be on there, bro. All
you know,
1 to 4.
Exactly. You know, anything could happen. You know, Twisted Metal starts getting traction again. More people playing Twisted Metal. You know, go, oh, we'll make a new.
There's a new game coming to that though.
Well, that's what I mean though. Like, it gives more incentive to go. Okay, we want to crunch on this. We're learning that people are liking this still. We can do this. We can franchise it out. You know, do the movie still
because they're making a TV show to go with it.
That's exactly it. Like, they're still pushing behind that. But then it shows if people get into it, then they know that, okay, the merchandising for the next stuff will go ahead because, you know, not people going, oh, is this going to work? Is it not? You know, it gives people, okay, this is confirmed.
So the old God of War could be a bit iffy on people because they're like the new God of War. The old one's way different. Like, that's a button masher.
So if you look, if people get into the old one, go, oh, actually, I've never played the old ones, and you'd be like, oh, I never played this, and you know, oh, this is actually kind of cool how this is. They go, oh, we might kind of go back that direction, or we might go where we're going with, you know, it gives that eye.
They can't. That wouldn't be a good thing to do.
No, but like, you know what I mean, though, it gives people the incentive of going, okay, this is what people are into.
They make more. I mean, they already are making another trilogy or another saga. Like, this ends after 2 games. Like,
yeah. It's all about seeing what people are getting into, and it gives studios, it gives upcoming studios, it gives people a direction of what this is what's trending. Let's get into that, you know. And that's actually it. Like, if that comes back on, which I'm imagining it will, and people get into playing Killzone again, they go, okay, the incentive is there.
Killzone 1 and 2 are fucking amazing.
We'll go ahead and we'll remaster those games because the incentive there for people to play them, and people go, oh, they should remaster this. Oh, maybe we should because people are asking for it. You know, where we're sitting at now, we don't know exactly what people are asking for. People are saying things, but no one knows what they're asking for because they can't get the consensus
also,
for what's being
if
touched.
Resistance isn't on the PS3 part, it's because they're remaking them or remastering them because it's been rumored for a while that they've been doing a remaster of the 3 games.
And that's exactly it. And if they're going to do stuff like that, that's why you won't see games because Xbox did that. It's like, why put up old versions in the back compat when they're releasing new versions? then that's why they.
I mean, you
took so
can.
heavy.
I mean, just if they will or not.
It's more for those like that one, the old version or the new
We'll
version.
give
I
them a
feel like they
taste
need to
of it
offer it,
anyway.
not just cut it off the head like Rockstar did with the old like, oh, here's the new trilogy we're doing. Let's just cut off the head, and it kind of sucks when people
But
are
they
doing
put it
that.
back.
It's just like, well, they brought it back because oh shit, we've but they took it away again. So I don't know.
I just wonder if Rockstar actually seen what they were making. Like, if they actually saw what Gravesy Games are
No,
doing.
they clearly didn't. They basically said they didn't know what they're doing. They just left it in their hands and were like, oh shit, this isn't what we expected. Fuck. Oh, we fucked up.
I should say they should just cancel that now. Just cut it and
can't.
remake their own like trilogy.
No,
They
you
can.
can't
They just
now.
stop
It's already...
doing shit to it.
No, it's easier to fix
Just
it.
refund the people. Like
They're still selling
they
it
can
like
afford
mad.
that.
People are still buying it. It's still up in the stores
I
everywhere.
don't know why.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's easier to fix
Yeah.
something that's that's what it is. You just got to
Yeah,
retexture it, refix
that's
it.
fundamentally broken. They're on mobile ports.
You can fix mobile ports. It's space there. You just got to retexture everything, re-render everything, and it's sometimes easier just to work with what a base ground is than trying to rebuild everything.
They should have just used the PS2 games. I went from there.
It would have made
Or
sense from the
Xbox.
get-go, but it made sense once we realized who the studio was because they themselves made the mobile ports to begin with, so all they had was the mobile ports.
And that was shit.
Like, wouldn't that be a red
I
flag?
get it.
Oh, let's make mobile ports of the games that were already broken.
I'll be surprised if they do another remaster job, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
I reckon they should just merge with Rockstar now and just, like, you're in with us, take the developers and shut it down.
Like, that's the thing. Well, like, yeah, because they're a subsidiary, because they even got the name. Grove Street Games, they're a subsidiary. They're labelled as a independent, like...
I mean, Rockstar should just get the developers and just shut it down.
It's just...
Don't put them out of the job, just take them.
Yeah, it's just a red flag, the fact that they started with the ports to begin with. Like...
Yeah, because it was always promoted as Rockstar was doing it, like,
Yeah, not
the whole time.
that subsidiary was doing it until afterwards. It's like, oh, it's not actually us touching it. It was someone else working it for us. Like, they were doing it under us, under our name. It's like, that's not right.
Which made Rockstar look bad, really.
It's just nonsense.
But
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
That should have been
a lot we're
remakes,
gonna
not
wait for
remastered.
anyway. We won't know anything until we see it. So we're all
Right.
guesstimating. We're just making assumptions and opinions. We just got ideas for now, and we'll just wait and see if they.
Oh,
come
we
through
got
or
the
not.
first 4 games.
So that's what's been leaked so
Them
far.
ones are
so-
official. Unless they're not in there just for buy. And then we don't have any games.
Who knows? We won't know until it happens.
Send me a package deal, like 4 games at once.
I think it will happen with a lot of them. They'll bundle them together because they're going to.
Well, you got the Resistance trilogy. You got Ratchet and Clank. All them games could be a bundle.
Well, you got to think too. I
But
think
the-
it'll be easier to collection them together because there's barely anything. Imagine downloading those games. Like we downloaded like Max Payne on PC and it was like a gig. Like what?
That was after PS1.
So imagine those games for PS1, like 500 megs for some game, maybe. Like imagine that. So it's like, well, what's the point of trying to download one game? Like bundle it together so they can just download a gig for 4 games. Like,
Yeah, because those Siphon filters were 98.
I mean, a
Stuff,
game that's
98, 99.
if it's like old school and it's only 500 megs, you could easily stream that. Like it's a 500 for one game, 500 megs.
You don't want to stream that, though.
You'd be able to stream it like that. It's such a small file size. Streaming,
Yeah,
would be,
but
you would
still,
instantly download it anyway.
There'll be delay on streaming, though. That's the thing.
Oh, well, not for that. Your console would load all the data because it's 500 megs in like a 30 second, in half an hour or something. You would have
Then there's no point. It should just download it.
stream reserved it all to your system, and then it's fine. Like it makes no sense. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just strange.
I know that. I mean, that's what I said. You can stream it or download it. Like I
think
just
down-
download it
should just be-
because
exactly,
it's the games are small unless they are doing improvements.
yeah.
Because also they were multiplayer. They had multiplayer on PS1.
So yeah.
They had team deathmatch and
Yeah,
stuff. So
'cause
that
it
could be
was
coming on there
console
as a full
multiplayer, yeah.
service.
The old local multiplayer
Mhm.
because there was never any internet. It was all local multiplayer.
Well, I'm
Or LAN
thinking
or something, I can't remember.
we're getting multiplayer like the team deathmatch, whatever the hell it was,
Who knows?
on there as well.
Who knows?
I hope because that game was so good. You get the taser. And
Yeah.
Did you ever play Siphon Filter?
Oh
Like
yeah. That's my favourite.
that taser, man, just whip it out. Just you can see the thing just
Yeah.
across the fucking game, across the
Ridiculous.
street. You got the guy just doing this. And then it exploded or burst into flames.
Something like that. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was
So
good.
over the top.
Um, so just around the corner as well, I think it was May. Halo Infinite's got its new season starting, and there's all the new information coming out for that. So they're talking about how they're fixing the pass up now and being like, oh, we're gonna take out the emblems and crap now out of the passes because it's not like what
It's
people
finally
wanted.
fixing the helmet stuff that
And
fits now,
they're going to
or
be like adding currency now, so it's like becoming more of like a proper battle pass where they're going to put currency in so you can earn the currency to pay for the next battle pass and also like spend it to buy items in the store, so they're trying to balance everything. New maps coming as well, where there was like that new mode which I did send to you as well, where the new mode being called
if the
Last.
maps are not, because there's 3 maps already out
Hmm.
and they're not to be desired. They're shit.
Yeah, they're all pretty slack, all these maps have been.
So
But there's a new big map being added into the game that's designed for one big team battle, but there also apparently could be played on. But there's that new mode coming called Last Spartan Standing, which obviously sounds like it's going to be bloody a battle royale, which they've been talking
it
for a
is.
while. So but seriously, Last Spartan Standing, like, okay, it's kind of obvious what you're getting at. Like,
They called it King of the Hill. That's what it was before.
King of the Hill is a little bit different. It was actually like a capture the zone.
But
King
if
of the
that's
Hill.
what they're gonna do with it, like Last Spartan Standing, it was like King of the Hill, then why
Oh
not
no,
just call it
King
King
of
of
the
the Hill?
Hill is like the game mode. They've actually bringing back that game mode as well. That's a separate game.
Oh,
Like it's actually they've got actual King of the Hill and
so
some
it
other
is a
game mode
battle
coming back,
royale.
and then they've got Last Spartan Standing, which is like unless it's like the ending of fucking, which I
Uh,
doubt it's gonna be you playing a game of the ending of fucking Reach. That'd be which would be cool if you could have that. Where you're fighting off hordes of freaking firefight.
it wouldn't fit the game
But
though. That's the thing. But
Firefight. No, firefight works either way.
battle
Like you've already
royale,
got a name,
yay,
firefight.
anybody?
Like, but yeah, it was always expected. The way they've changed the pass and stuff, and the way they've got all the like, what's the point of having all these custom? It's kind of obvious for a long time. It's been obvious that they were going down that route.
No,
And
Halo, you guys could see the armor though, so that makes sense.
so
It was just more of a show-off thing, like, haha, I got this. Like, you got the samurai armor back in the day for like doing it on legendary
yeah,
or something. Like, you got that cool ass armor for
the
getting all
Hayabusa
the
armor.
skulls and shit.
I loved
The
that armor.
Hayabusa.
So good. I had that armor.
Right?
All the work,
Fuck.
all that work I did following all the
That would have
walkthroughs
took a
and
long
stuff
time. Jesus.
on the 360, Halo 3, all those damn
And yet
achievements.
only a little amount of people had it.
Yeah, I had all of it. I had the flame as well. Oh, so good.
Oh,
The flaming Hayabusa.
Gaming Hayabusa.
So good. And the way you had to get that was they
That
made
was
it a
a
little bit
bragging
easier
right armor, that was.
because you had to either get it from killing an employee, or if someone already had it which if they killed an employee and you killed them because they had it on, then you would get it as well. So I saw someone in a match one time with the flaming the flaming helmet, and I killed them, and I unlocked it, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, so you deliberately was like, I'm gonna fuck you up, man.
Yeah,
Just
so I
kept
was
going
like,
for it.
And
Yeah.
I got it, so it was great. So
Would that
I
be
like
the
that.
Master Chief collection then? I reckon it would.
It's in it, but it's not the same how it's. I know it's kind of in there, but it's weird. Master
Like,
Chief
it would be in
Collection's
there the same way to get it, but...
but they don't really have the flame helmets anymore. Like they put it in later
Oh.
for like 4 and 5. Like they put that in as an
Oh.
effect, and it wasn't the same like kind of feeling as the 3 where you actually had to kill an employee to get it kind of thing, or another player. Something. I can't
But
remember
that's
how it's
hard to
done.
do now because they're mostly working on games.
That was it back in the day
'Cause
when
back-
actually employees were actually playing the games, like, and they had all their.
They still do, but not
It's
to
just-
the same
yeah.
extent, I don't think. At least they don't publicly play it like they did back
They
then.
had their own local like lanes and stuff while they're working and stuff.
Or you don't know who they are. Like, they're
Servers.
using not their names or nothing. Like,
Well, exactly. No one does. I mean, it's all gamer tags, so.
I said, we
yeah.
could play against COD people or Fortnite people, like anyone, just randomly.
Exactly.
We just don't know. Like,
Exactly.
you fought Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's obvious because it's a ninja,
I
but
know.
like,
It's like straightforward. I mean, you kind of know once you have your name, like, if it's labeled up, you know who it is.
anything with a number after it, you don't trust.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a Pikachu YT, don't trust it.
Yeah, don't trust it. There's only the one original Pickle Tube TV. No one else. Jeez.
I tried searching Captain Jim, it's like, doesn't even exist.
There's only one.
It's just me.
Only one.
I'm like, is that good, I guess? Like,
But yeah. But yeah, so that's another thing too, which again I don't think it's going to bring the people back because too many people are disliking on Halo. Like it's honestly not.
Well, there's still no co-op for another how many
It was
months till
supposed to be
end
for
of the
season
year?
2, and then guess what? There's no co-op for season 2, and that's what they said.
How hard is that to implement, considering they'd done 4 and 5
Well, there was that
with
fucking
co-op from day
there was
one?
that, but what about there was a glitch in the game where you could get co-op? Like it's
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
on
there.
the split
Yeah.
screen.
So it glitched. You could glitch co-op, but you couldn't like.
I
Oh,
don't
and there
know.
was actually there was a gun they were taking out as well. There was a secret gun in the game, and they were taking that out from the campaign.
Did no one find it?
No, people have found it. People are using it, but the devs are taking it out of the
Oh,
game.
why? Oh,
There's,
is it
it's
too OP?
apparently too OP. Basically it's a detachable. There's a certain spot you find it. I've been watching a video for it. And it's basically a tank cannon, like the cannon of a tank, and there's a secret spot. It will secretly place somewhere, and you can grab it, and it doesn't say to pick it up, but you can pick it up, and you can walk around with it. As long as you don't drop it, you won't lose it. It will stay in your inventory the whole time, and it has infinite ammo.
What about cutscenes?
You can have it the whole way through, from start to finish, and that's how people had been finishing uh the All Skulls, was it legendary All Skulls on?
Oh,
That's how people are completing that,
so they
getting that
cheated.
achievement. They've been grabbing the tank gun and then carrying the gun through the whole game and
Wow.
just like blasting because you can just obliterate everything with it. It's OP.
I was gonna
It's
say because
no
I played
reload.
legendary or heroic.
Mm.
That shit is impossible. Like I
Yep.
felt one boss in that little
Yep.
room and I died in one hit.
Yep. And that's how you find it at the start of the game, so you
Like
can like get through that first part. I mean, you can die, I guess, but
wow,
it's when once you get to the open part, when you finally get to the open part, and you jump in the
it
pelican to
really
load
is
around.
broken then.
Yeah, you go to that point up on the wrecked ship. It was up there hidden away, and you can climb up there and you can find it, and it just lays there. And it doesn't say you can pick it up, but you can pick it up, and then you can carry it through the whole game as
So
long
you
as
can
you don't swap it.
just.
Yeah, run through the whole game with a tank
I
cannon.
wish I knew that.
So I think they might have taken it out already. As long as unless if you don't update
It's hard
your
to go
game.
from heroic down to normal because I just
So I mean, if you plug
you
up your
play games to
Xbox,
have fun, not
yeah,
fucking rage.
which I kind of want to play. I kind of wanted to get that gun and play with it, run around, and be like, haha, boom, boom, boom. And just blast people with a giant tank cannon as a blaster. That's the only thing I can think of that would make the game fun. Like, it's kind of dull
Yeah, but
otherwise.
taking it out. I mean, dang it.
I know, it's kind of
Unless
like
you,
ruining the fun.
no, you can't. You can do it on disc.
You would have to... Could you
Just don't
uninstall the
update
game
it.
and then load it? Yeah, like load it offline.
Just don't update it.
Just load it offline and play in offline mode.
That's what I'm gonna do for Elden Ring. I was gonna uninstall, install it when no connected, then just play through the game with all the cheats, like all the.
All the original glitches
But that
and
wouldn't
stuff.
be as fun. I've already finished it. Like it wouldn't be as fun. Although there was that Melania fight, and it actually is a bug where she self heals without hitting the player. She just heals herself.
You didn't get any assistance from that super secret legendary player?
Nope.
He didn't jump into your game to help you out?
No, he's only on PC.
Oh, damn. The chosen one. That's kind of funny, though.
I'm
It's
surprised
hilarious.
no one tried to emulate that on console though, like the
Mm.
pot and the katanas. Maybe they have. I didn't see
It's
them.
just crazy that the person got really good at the game and like learning how they play it. Like that NPC like boss fight went, they learned how to, and then they just jump in to help.
They're the first ones to discover that she's broken too,
Mm.
because he doesn't get hit, and she was healing. The only way she can heal is hitting players.
Yeah.
And he said she was healing like back to full health,
Mm.
and he wasn't getting hit. Like that's the crazy part. They somehow broke her when they patched the game.
Yeah. That's
I don't know how devs do that to games though. Like
Well, there was a
they
mod that
patch
was
one thing,
released.
break another.
Well, someone made a mod as well of that guy and put him in the game as well. You can download the mod so you can have him like as an NPC, like
Alright.
yeah, something. I can't remember. It's weird.
He was a summon.
A summon. That's it. Although that's funny. That's all these
Crazy,
mods that are
isn't it?
coming out for the game, like people are making.
People make statues of him, like in real life. Like made little like statues of the pop man, the two guitars on.
It's such a like cool concept. Oh,
And there's like that dude he's having fun with it. Like
exactly. That's what it comes down to. Like the original innocence of gaming. Like it's just
someone called it that cocky that he is just going through solo on that boss without getting hit.
Well, I mean, he spent a lot of time playing it and learning how the character, like the boss, played. And that's all it comes
Because
down
she
to.
is unpredictable. Like
Mm.
she can go one match without doing that fucking waterfall move where she goes
Yeah.
3 times and you can't avoid it, or she just doesn't do it. Like you've got to be prepared for all times. Like
Mm.
I mean, I'm gonna send you the clip of when I beat her.
Yep.
Fucking, it was intense. I put on Instagram, no Twitter.
Mm.
I'm just one hitting bosses with my mage build. I'm like I'm OP man, and then
That's
she come
funny.
along and no, I've
Ruin
tried
it.
it for 2 hours trying to fight her,
Oh
and then I
god.
finally beat her. I just kept summoning people to help me, and they kept dying. I'm like, well, you're shit, well, you're shit, well, you're shit. And then this one guy, we'd done it, and he just did this. At the end of the game, he's like T-pose.
Oh, that's great.
He just had T-pose, and he's like, we did it.
That's great. I do want to look at getting it and playing it. Eh? It looks crazy.
It's so good. I mean, you'll get it when it's all patched and harder,
Most probably. Which is dumb.
because there are still some boss glitches, but like because I killed Mog, one of the hardest bosses as well, and he didn't even get to move off his little starting spot.
He just sitting there
I
and did it.
just I just shackled him 3 times outside the boss gate, walked in, he's just standing there like this. I was just whacking him with my sword, he just stands there like,
uh,
I mean, I kind of cheesed him, but I mean,
God
it's all
damn.
fair.
God damn.
It's in the game.
Yeah.
They haven't patched it.
That's funny.
You do it with a few bosses.
Yeah.
There's a thing you can get a club. If you can hit downwards, you jump on a rail,
Yep.
you jump out and hit the club, and you can teleport onto the next part of the bridge. And then you just hit the boss from the outside.
Oh god.
So these players find the most fucked up things. Like who finds these? Within days after the game's out, people have found stuff like that. Like within a week, even. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. But
Uh.
hey, everyone should play it. Tell me how well it sold though.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone
Fuck
is playing it.
me.
I think everyone is playing it. Uh.
Well, when you think about it, I seen the platinum list. When I did it, was like 6% of platinumed it.
That's a fair bit.
That's how many people are playing it.
Yeah. Like
I mean, there's a
that's
lot who haven't. Like,
because usually platinums like they're pretty low sometimes for games.
uh,
Like
not
unless it's
low.
like
Like
very
some
main.
are. I think the average is like nearly 10% for a game.
Mm. But like they're mostly like very mainstream games. To see where this game is, like it's shown you
Mm.
that's
I
quite.
mean, this is mainstream now. Like
Mm.
Dark Souls kind of was because everyone knew about it. They just didn't play it.
That's what I mean. Like for player base, like it's become very mainstream for player base. There's a lot of people that never played this kind of genre that are playing it and gotten into it and liking it. So
Most people have rage quit.
yeah, there's a lot
The,
of that as well.
of the guy on Xbox who he kept having to show his case in the videos, like he just waving it about like his case was open as well. I'm like, dude, can you close your fucking case?
So he wants the disc to come flying out.
He's like, I'm going taking this back to GameStop. This game's shit. It was 5 minutes in. He hit the first NPC he saw, so he kept getting killed by him. He's like, that's bad game design. You hit an NPC.
Yeah, I mean,
Which, by you, it takes more than one hit to make him attack you. So he kept wailing on him until he attacked back. If they don't fight back after one hit, they're not an enemy.
yeah, exactly.
So, like... But he was blaming the devs about it. Like, they built a shit game. He was 5 minutes in and went to take it back. I don't know if he ever did or not. I didn't really follow up on it.
Could have been just for clicks. The clicks.
I mean, no, he was pretty serious.
The amount of stuff I've seen,
I
how
was-
people do things for clicks is just ridiculous. And
I've seen one dude snap a disc for Elden Ring.
You
Straight
said
up,
that.
snap.
You said that, but I mean, the amount of people think like things people do now for views and clicks is ridiculous.
Yeah,
honestly ridiculous. Like people act so
it's not even
dumb.
funny either.
And
Like,
it's so obviously dumb and infuriating, but yet people still do it just for the views because it gets people's attention. It's like, I don't know why people act so dumb doing stuff. Like, the amount of TikToks I see of people just being dumb, like, oh, like, there's this one stupid thing where you gotta line up the puzzle pieces and you connect them together and it's like a filter. And the dude's like, oh, and you can see clearly putting in the wrong spot. Like, the shape of the size was like a
oh,
large size, and then he's going to the small spot going, oh, it's not working. Oh, this is not working. Oh, no, the time's running out. Oh, this is too big. I found the piece. It fits fine. Oh no, the time. It's like you can clearly see that you're fucking doing it wrong. Like, but it
makes you
gets the
seem
people
stupid,
commenting.
really.
Yeah, but it gets people commenting. It gets people reacting and getting mad and sharing and and it gets people's attention. It's like, why? Why
That's
does
why I
that
just
shit
watch it
have
and that's
to?
it. That's it.
That's what gets me. Is like, why is that stuff the stuff that gets the attention when it's stuff that's actually being productive that doesn't get anything? Like, it's so. I
Yeah.
don't get people's logic. Like, people just want to watch things that aren't like that are wrong and then complain and then comment
Well,
like we're talking about, like I'm talking about. Like, it's what
the children
uh,
audience that can hold their attention
like
because they don't think about he's doing it wrong. They think about, oh, that's fucking funny. Like, no,
it's
it
cringe.
isn't.
It's like the bad
It's not.
the
It's
bad
not
game
funny.
ads. It's like the bad like mobile app ads where it's like, oh, I'm trying to solve this puzzle and it's not working. It's like they like that.
Raid Shadow Legends.
It's like so fun. Fucking dumb.
I
But
seen
anyway,
the Raid Shadow Legends ad today. I'm like, it's still a thing.
yep. Well, the last one I saw a while back was the Ninja Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
because Ninja was added to it. You get a ninja skin or whatever it was. That was a couple of months back. That's the last one I remember.
Did he even play that?
No, most probably not. But because he's a name,
I've never seen him promote
because he's a
it.
name, he'll get fucking people clicking and buying. Like,
So you think he put PewDiePie in there instead, wouldn't you? Because he's
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how these things work.
PewDiePie and Raid Shadow Legends. Next video you see is him promoting. I'm in Shadow Legends.
I think he's done Shadow Legends advertisements before.
Oh,
I don't know. That's something else I don't
yeah.
want to get down to. That's just some nonsense bull crap that I'm just gonna get worked up about.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just shouldn't be a thing, but it is.
Um. Anyway, we got some movie stuff here. So we
Yes.
saw that the Thor: Love and Thunder teaser trailer drop, and that was pretty good. Looking pretty nice and spicy.
Oh yeah.
So keen
I'm
for
I'm
that.
fucking keen.
So
July 7th
yeah,
or
something like that.
something. July sometime.
Is it June, July? Yeah.
Couple of months,
So that's not
man.
too far off. We've got Doctor Strange coming, and then that. So
Yeah, Doctor Strange in a couple of weeks.
yep, and there's been a few more
Fifth,
teasers dropping for
sixth.
that as well, like scenes and stuff dropping. There's a lot of stuff dropping for that now.
They've been dropping little minute clips, which is weird, like minute or 55
Yeah,
seconds.
it's like, okay, can you slow down a little bit? So yeah, so
Why not? They've already spoiled the Thor thing with Natalie Portman. Is like,
we already knew
I'm
that.
like
That was
that
already
could have,
known.
yeah, but that could have saved the look for the movie. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, well, the toys got leaked as well, so there was that as well.
Oh yeah,
So all of that you can look at
true.
those up on the website, which yeah, we'll link to those. Those photos are up on the website anyway, with the article for
Also,
that.
why was Valkyrie in the in a suit in an
She's
office?
King Valkyrie, so she's now runs Asgard. She's King Valkyrie.
Oh, she's in a suit and a little office chair. Like,
It looked
you
like
think it'd be a throne or something?
typical CEO King
Yeah,
Valkyrie, and she's like, God, why do I
maybe
have to be here?
they're making fun of that. Maybe.
I think they are because she's like, I don't want to be here. I want to be out there adventuring, and then Thor's the one that's out adventuring, and she's sitting there going, "Oh, well, I'm gonna be here being a boss CEO," which is
I
crazy.
know. I bet that could be the last Thor movie though, too. By the way,
Maybe,
that's a sad part
maybe not.
because apparently he doesn't want to. He didn't want to be a superhero anymore, like or something. Apparently, like I
Oh,
don't know. It was weird.
that's just the koi in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't want to do it. Like he's done, retired. Like,
But I mean, that doesn't stop like Thor being Thor because Hems loves playing Thor,
mm.
so I don't think he'll give
No,
it
but
up
like
anytime soon.
the character wanted to, like he was done. Like,
Well, they always say that. We'll see how it goes. I reckon it's just a ploy to throw it off, and something's gonna happen. So
right?
something's gonna happen.
I don't think it's a new trilogy, like because they would have said that.
Well, we don't know yet. It could be see how this goes, and it might be because it's the fourth film.
Mm.
So it could be another
No one's
trilogy.
had a fourth one before.
Hmm.
This is the first one to do it.
Pretty much.
But you don't count the Avengers movies because they're their own thing.
They're a group film, not a solo.
They're an ensemble.
Mm. So
But yeah,
yeah,
Thor's only got his own fourth.
because everyone
Iron
loves
Man
Thor
got
already.
three.
He loves it. So.
Captain America got three.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther would have probably got three. I mean, you get the
Got a
second one, it's not
sequel, but it's
him.
not. Yeah, it's different. But yeah,
I
so
still find it sad that that when the lady reporter asks, he's like, when he in Black Panther 2, he's like, I can't, I'm dead. I'm like, oh, like
like
he said that before he died. Like he's like, nope, I'm dead. I'm like, he fucking knew too.
mm.
That's crazy.
And that's what I mean.
So a smile on his
It
face,
was more
like
foreshadowing. It wasn't like the fact that the character had died. It was like he was like saying, "Hey,
that's what he said. Like he's just dead. I'm like, when was this done? Like last year, year before? Like, how far along was this interview?
yeah, it was pretty early on. Like it was when the movie, yeah. So
Like, damn. I mean, he probably knew
crazy.
he was dying. Like,
Well, yeah, he knew the illness he had and what he was
mm,
diagnosed with and stuff like that. So it was hard. Just
that's
accept
true. He
it.
gets out a smile on his face. He's like, I'm dead. Like, just put it out there.
Yeah,
I think no one really believed it.
yeah. No one knew exactly what he was getting at. So yeah, it is
But
what it
damn,
is.
son. I seen Robert Downey Jr. recently on Instagram. Fuck, he got old quick.
Hmm, yeah.
He got all grey. Like, what? Because he's had promoting some foot thing on a t-shirt.
Oh, yep. Merch stuff.
Forgot what it was. But he's promoting something. He was in a hat. I don't know. He just looked old as hell. Like in his 60s. Like, the fuck?
Age getting to him.
The movies aged him.
So yeah, there's that.
Stress.
We had the announcement of which was up on the website as well. I did an article for that, which was their new title for the new Fast 10 film, which is now being labeled as Fast X.
Yes. And it's got Charlize Theron back and the Asian dude.
Yeah, there's a cast is up on the website.
Forgot what
The
his
whole
name
cast
is.
listing,
I don't want to butcher it.
It's part one of a two-part wrap-up. So these are the last films. So that's what they've said, that these
I
are
don't
the
reckon
final
that's
films.
true either.
So 10 and 11 will be the last films.
At least with this cast.
Most likely.
I reckon they're gonna do it with more.
Still spin-offs they can squeeze in.
We've got Hobbs and Shaw 2 coming out eventually.
So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how these go. But yeah, so Fast X is what the movie's called. Not
Are we
Fast
gonna get
10,
old mates like
Super.
Tokyo Drift Days as well in a movie probably?
Well, there was always talks of them supposed to doing technically a sequel to the Tokyo Drift, which was a spin-off. There was supposed to be another film to that as well, and that never happened.
That's way too old now. 2005, 7, whatever it was. That's way too long ago.
So it was meant to be set, not necessarily the characters, but just general, like that
Oh
kind of genre. And then the producer, didn't they say as well? The producers as well, they wanted to go back to the original kind of concept of Fast and Furious. I think they were saying.
That's where 11 might go. Or
Go back
part
to
2
more
of
traditional,
10.
kind of be like go back to traditional, and it'll
The
be the way
racing.
to like wrap it up. Be like they kind of go back to racing, and it's like, and it ends, and it kind of almost back.
But you can't do it without Paul Walker. Like that'd just be weird.
So, who knows with that?
I hope they don't CGI him in.
Well, that's what a lot of talks were of doing.
Yeah, but I hope it's just a quick like flash thing, not like have him back. That'd be disrespectful because you can't just put him back in after all this time.
His brothers are down for it by the sounds of it, and it's just like, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's almost in bad taste, though. That's what you meant to say. Like it's in bad taste.
Like you don't need to have him in there. Like he drove off, retired. He's out. Don't bring him back.
So there's that as well. So, wait
Like
to see what more. That's 20.
Have him sitting at a table somewhere, but just don't have him like in the.
Yeah. Like actually doing stuff like action sequencing,
like racing or.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't want to see that. Really don't. Was it 7 or something when he drove off? 8? 7?
Oh, I can't remember now. 7?
They're all blur into one movie now. Like, it's like, which one was that?
Right? It's just like, God.
There's so many.
So hopefully they do wrap it up. Like, geez, there's a lot of films. There's a lot of films.
I don't reckon Dom's done. I reckon it'll go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, I think they're going to. Like, the family thing's starting to wrap up. Like, with everything happening.
No, he'll be probably solo. Who knows? With John Cena, continuing on with it.
I mean, that's that kind of shit. Like
Jason Momoa's
I
in
think
there
it could go in a
still.
different direction. So like it may go in different directions. They could do other things with it. New set of casts and stuff. I imagine they might do. But Vin Diesel
Charlize
still at the same
Theron's back.
time.
She was a bad person.
Vin
So
Diesel's very
she's
like
doing her thing still.
the ways because he's producer for all this as well. So it comes down to Vin Diesel what
Mm.
he wants to do. But at the same time, he's getting old, and I think he's getting a bit, I don't know, weird with the acting. So
He's gone mostly gone to Ark.
he's going to spend his too much time in there.
Right?
I just can imagine the people that when that comes out, be like, "How is he making these films when he's in this game? Like, what is he doing? How has he got this busy?"
Oh God.
Do you remember things like that back in the day? People used to be like, "That's like, how does he have the time to be in this game when he's got like making this film? Like, how's this? It's like, it's not live. What do you mean?
A game is a game. It's pre-done
Same
like a
as
fucking
movies.
movie.
Everything's pre-done. Like, jeez.
Unless it's a TV show, a live TV show. Can you imagine live Fast and Furious?
Oh god.
Cut, the crash, cut.
Well, that'd be in bad taste.
Not really.
Cops are coming. Bail.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, someone really got injured. It was like, cut.
What else was there that was announced?
I think it's no injuries, I guess.
We have Amazon had picked up It Takes Two for a film adaptation.
Yes, with The Rock.
Possibly.
The Rock's production company
yes,
is doing
production
it.
Company. Where people are rumored that he may appear in it, but who knows? The way with The Rock is, you never know with him. He might like to be in it. He can't help himself.
Yeah, but he's also fit for that as well.
Mm.
He could play something. I don't know nothing about the game, to be fair.
That's one of those things.
Could play the dad who gets shrunk into the little thing.
I mean, again,
That's
the articles
that's
up
who
on
they
the
are. They're
website.
actual parents of the kid.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kid
they're having a divorce.
shrunk him.
And they
I
got
think.
through a divorce.
I don't know.
The article's up on the website.
They got to get back to. Yeah, I do want to play it. Yeah, but like The Rock, I mean, he could be in there. That dude can do anything.
Yeah.
No one can tell him no.
It's a very basic concept. I mean, it works simple for a movie anyway, so.
Isn't it a show though?
I don't know if it's going to be a
It's
show
a
or
movie?
It's a film adaptation. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a movie. I
I don't know.
very
I've seen it on
basic. It's
Instagram real
basically
quick.
just Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, Honey, I Shrunk Our
Not
Selves.
really. The daughter wished him little of
So basically, they're going
what
through
happened?
A divorce. They're going through a divorce. They're trying to separate. The daughter doesn't want them to separate, so she makes a wish over something. She has some dolls, and she makes some wishes, and they turn into dolls. They shrink down. They find themselves together, working together, and they apparently resolves their marriage or some shit. It's very basic concept story. But
That's all you need to be a good game.
It's the what happens is how they execute it is what does well.
Yeah, which apparently it's just funny and a good
Such a good
fucking
game.
time.
So
I've seen
it
some
makes sense.
clips and
I don't
because
know
you
if
can sabotage the other person pretty easily.
Yeah. I know, it'd be interesting.
Hilarious. Yes. I cut you off. My bad.
You sabotaged me, you fool! That was a nice little segue.
Right?
Another one that I saw as well, I don't know if you saw this, but Napoleon Dynamite director is to produce a Minecraft movie
Ew.
starring Jason Momoa.
What?
Yep. So
What?
I'm guessing Jason Momoa's gonna be playing Steve.
Steve's a
Steve's a what? Steve's a cube.
Steve's a what, dude? Steve's a cube, yeah. He's not built like a brick shithouse.
I mean, it's
He's
gonna
a
be
regular
interesting.
dude.
I mean, it's
I
gonna.
don't get.
It'd be interesting. I mean, like it's a Minecraft movie. Like how? It'd be very.
I don't
weird.
even talk.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a basic survival game. It's very basic survival crafting. I don't. Is it going to be animated? Is it going to be live action? Like I don't know.
Ark made more sense with their animated show which is coming out. Like that makes more sense
I
because
mean,
it's dinosaurs and
Telltale's
people.
Minecraft, Telltale's Minecraft games, or like bloody Minecraft Dungeons, like that has lore and concept there. Like, why do we need to? Like, it just seems weird. Like, are we gonna have like, is it gonna be
Google
animated? Is
this.
Jason Momoa gonna voice act Steve? Is he gonna be the voice of
He
Steve?
doesn't talk.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's just
You
weird.
can't give someone lines who never had lines.
The fact that it's Napoleon Dynamite director, which is very quirky. I I'm very confused by what's going on with it.
Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Is Jason Momoa vegan? Why did it come up?
Oh god.
Okay. Oh, Jason Momoa to build live action Minecraft. It's live action.
Oh god. How is that? That's such a weird concept. It's so basic. Is he just gonna wake up in like a abandoned world, and is he gonna just have like start crafting things? Like, I don't get it.
This is 2 weeks ago. Jason Momoa responds to rumors of romance with Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Gone.
He had to confirm they're not dating. I'm like,
That's obscure.
HBO Max backs Minecraft movie with Aquaman star Jason Momoa.
What the fuck? It's so weird.
He's a villain in Fast X.
Oh,
He's
Momoa's
gonna be in
supposed-
Minecraft. Oh, Warner Brothers is gonna do it. It makes sense.
Makes sense.
I don't
Not really, but it makes sense.
even
I don't get it.
fucking
I don't know where you'd go
live
with...
action Minecraft. How
I
are you gonna
honestly-
get cube people?
They won't be cubes, clearly. They're going to be like three-dimensional objects.
And it's not Minecraft.
Exactly. Like, it's just a generic survival film. Like, you have creepers and stuff running around. Like, what's going to be happening? He's going to be in the woods somewhere, and he's like making a hut. He's going to be like cutting up trees, and he's making a hut survival, and a creeper's going to come running in.
Creepers
But,
better blow the ground out
like-
from under him.
like, how do you film this? Like, how do you
You
make
start
this?
hearing the sizzle.
Zombies, like Endermen, and they're like you're gonna have these Endermen like demonic. Like, is this gonna be like a horror film? Is this gonna be made for kids? Like, if you were to translate those
That'd be for
characters,
kids, I reckon.
if you translate those characters into like a very realistic realm, they're literally gonna be monsters, and it's gonna be fucked up.
I mean, yeah, the Enderman's just a black, like, stick figure, isn't
Or
it?
is this going to be kind of like a Jumanji situation, and it's going to be someone that gets sucked into the world of Minecraft? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going to happen?
That's even worse because
Like-
they have to rip off Jumanji.
Like,
I don't. I hope that's not going to be a thing. At least not.
I'm
really be a thing.
curious, but like, it's just like, why are we going down that route? Like, I can
Why do we
understand-
need a? There's
Live
enough
action?
Minecraft stuff.
Like, I can understand going down having a lot, like an animated Minecraft movie that I could understand, but a live action, like a live
Nope.
action.
Nope.
That's why I'm still confused about the live action. Like, we have heard nothing about the live action Borderlands movie since they announced it with the character cast. There's been nothing since.
Because they're too busy making it.
And
I
like,
guess.
there's been no leaks.
But that
coming out,
makes
there's been
sense
sets,
for
there's been no-
for live action because they're actual people.
But the quirkiness of
Minecraft
the
are
characters-
blocks. Minecraft are
Still
they're
feels
not even
weird
that
for
proportion. Like just a head and shoulders, just a head and arms. That's what Steve is. With a body, like clearly just legs. Aquaman's gonna be Steve. He goes from swimming to building. Being a villain in Fast X to swimming and building.
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
Oh, Aquaman 2 already. That dude's fucking busy as shit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on as well.
Busy making Minecraft. Fuck. I hope it does. I hope it's just a flop. Like I hope it not a flop like financially for him, but 'cause it's not really his funding either. It's HBO's. I hope it fails. We don't need it. We don't need it.
Oh,
don't
stupid!
need it?
Stupid! My brain made a stupid joke.
What?
My brain, like, it's not related. Like, I don't think he'll ever be in it. But it's like Jared Leto to be in Minecraft movie spends 3 months method acting by playing Minecraft.
Silent protagonist.
Herobrine.
I thought you had a thing where it was like a battle royale with Homer Simpson and
No.
shit.
Come
That's what I was just thinking of.
Oh, so we're talking about actually before we start, we did talk about games earlier on. We were talking about stuff that were broken. What are we gonna do?
I reckon Simpsons Wrestling could be on the PS Plus.
Could do.
That game was
I'm hoping they bring
amazing.
Hit and Run back
Hit and Run. Oh, that was PS2, wasn't it?
because everyone wants that game.
Yeah,
But
I
no, it
want
was
it.
kind of funny.
I mean,
Like,
I don't, but I do.
I'd love to play Hit and Run again.
And the Shrek games, they were quite fun.
But you know, was it the we were talking about earlier, like glitchy games and stuff before we started the podcast. We are talking about it, and it made me look at it today. I watched a video today where someone had like a hyper clip of like Battlefield 2042.
Hyperclip.
It's just like a mashup of all these different
Oh,
like things that have happened and like how broken the game is. And honestly, I looking at all these
very.
clips that I've seen, that game had been more broken than Cyberpunk personally. From what I've seen, from what we've experienced and seen, people post of Cyberpunk, that game was better off than what Battlefield 2042 was, and Cyberpunk got more flack than what EA did. Like CDPR got more flack for a game than what EA did. Like,
Yeah, but that's just EA. That's what they.
I know, but it's just
Actually,
like
it's more DICE, to be fair.
Yeah, but like people, we know how people got. We saw how people got ripping on CDPR, being, "Oh, you've released a shit game," all this stuff, all this stuff, and barely half of that was like that towards Battlefield, and it was such a bigger IP.
But also, that got rated very badly, though, compared to Cyberpunk.
But like, it's just ridiculous.
Cyberpunk still got rated pretty good, like a 7 or something.
Still pretty solid.
When
game.
that got 1 point something.
Like it was kind of funny watching some of the glitches, like actually watching them as clips.
Some
But,
are
like, they're so
funny
bad.
though.
Like the hyperclip I saw of it was just different moments. There's like flying through buildings. Like this dude had his gun, and you know you have your crosshair. He's like literally sitting still with his gun, and his crosshair was going, whoa, and the crosshair was going all over the place. And then he stood still and he shot the gun, and you see the gun was staying straight, and you see the gunfire go like up in the air. And it's like, what the fuck? And there's another one where the dude had the clip where he had his gun and he's shooting, just holding the trigger down. And the camera angle basically started like this is setting up right, like looking like this. The gun fired, and you know how guns kick back? The camera angle shows you with the kickback, the gun goes and like goes all the way back around. And then when they went back out of the first person view, the thing just snaps back forwards. I was like, how the fuck do you like make games like this? There was another one, and there was another thing. There's like all the different different moments where.
But don't forget, the game was broken at launch because they had no scoreboard for weeks.
Yeah, so many.
You played a game. You don't know who won, how many kills. There was no scoreboard.
Yeah, because there's another there's some fun like I said. These look hilarious when they're happening, but like at the same time, it'd be a pain to play like that. It's so broken.
Not
but,
all
like,
players had it though. Like it wasn't all players had them glitches.
There's one spot where this this player went to where their squad was all stacking up, or players were all stacking together, and they're all like shooting behind cover. And the dude runs up and he's standing there, and he next week he's like standing there, and he's like walking, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And he just starts shifting, and next thing I know, he just starts levitating. He goes up and up and up and up and up and up. And you just see him just float away. He's just going, oh, and you can see him looking around like, okay, and then he just went out of the boundary and died and fell to his death. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
What happened to the fucking gravity there, the physics? Like
he just out of nowhere, he just levitated out of nowhere, and he's like, oh shit. And like, there's just
guessing
so many different
not
things.
everyone's tied to the ground.
Apparently. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that have happened in that
God.
game. And the amount of different clips I've seen, it's just like, why do I feel like there was more hate? Like, I saw more hate for CDPR than I've seen for people for Battlefield.
About equally as bad, really.
Exactly.
When you think about it.
I know. I felt Cyberpunk wasn't as bad. I mean, there were bad moments, but didn't feel.
Oh,
bad.
the game crashed, like hard crashed, though. That was the main thing.
Yeah, see, and again, it's only some people. I had that
Also, people
times.
couldn't progress missions as you couldn't for fuck knows how long. Like,
no, I left it.
You couldn't get that phone call. Like,
yeah, but I could still play the game, wander around, and
nah,
do stuff. Like,
Cyberpunk was a mess at launch.
it was a mess. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, it was still.
I crashed every like 30 minutes. Like, that's not good.
See, I never had that, thankfully.
You're lucky. I still crashed on it.
Only on PlayStation.
No, I have it on Xbox and PC.
Well, I think it was primarily on PlayStation, though, from what I heard people say.
Which still, like, why release that? That's why PlayStation took it from their damn stores.
Because it was way too broken on PlayStation, apparently.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
PS5 and fixed it all.
It's all fixed now
Thankfully.
anyway. Pretty much.
Haven't played it yet. Because your trophies don't carry over. I would have just went pop, pop, platinum, platinum.
Do it all again.
Then would have uninstalled straight away.
You do it all again.
Like I do Spider-Man. Yeah. I would not do it all. You can finish the game in 9 hours, 11 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 11 hours you shouldn't play on Cyberpunk.
Why?
If you've already played it.
I put 120 hours in it.
We've done everything. Like I'm waiting for DLC now,
Yeah.
which ain't until 2023.
That's basically it. Just wait for the DLC, I guess.
Multiplayer will be good. I hope it's not just competitive online. Like just make it like co-op.
Join each other's worlds and
That'd be amazing. Put co-op. I'll play it again, maybe
co-op
on
missions.
PS5 at least.
That'd be good. Anyway.
Right? Co-op, man.
I don't think there's anything else. I haven't got anything else.
Like one can be a net runner, one can be like a nomad, like doing 2 different things. One can be stealthy,
Oh,
one
imagine being
can
like
be in
the
the
Watch
action.
Dogs where you hunt people down. You could join people's games and hunt them down.
Right?
Be a net runner.
Love
You
it.
jump into their game as a net runner. and
Adam
you gotta-
Smasher. Yeah.
You gotta like avoid it. So you're playing as your character still, but one of you is a net runner when you join someone else's game, and you gotta try and find them.
It's pretty easy to get them though, because net runners can see everything.
But then you gotta block them out, and
That'd be fucking stressful.
that's all.
It's like, are they looking at me?
In Watch Dogs, it's always pretty fun. I
Right?
love joining
Watch
people's
Dogs
games
is
and
good.
just terrorizing people.
That was Assassin's Creed. That was fun. I thought you did.
Nothing news
Fuck.
come through.
You set me off, Des.
Nothing news come through. Anyway, I think that's it. I've got nothing else. There's nothing else to really talk about, is there? You got anything else to talk about?
I mean, we've pretty much covered everything, I think.
I kind of took this one by the lead this week.
Or if not, I'll post them on the Twitter.
Yes, exactly. Instagram and Twitter, we're gonna get back into it.
If I find news, it goes on Twitter. Yeah.
But no. I think that's it.
And that's it. And on that note, thank you, Beardies and Beardettes, for listening to episode 17.
I think so.
My notes aren't here.
Yeah, because last week was my birthday episode, and that was 16, yeah.
Right? Episode 17. We hope you had as much fun as we did. But we have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye!
Colonel.
Colonel, we need to go do the mission.
Snake, I hear you bought that booty.
Yes, Snake, my booty.
Hey, boy.
Fine, I'll get some of that booty.
You look got good in the time.
Colonel, are you woke?
The time goes, but I hate to tell you.